Welcome to the Nutty Real Estate Professor. My name is Rick Suarez, and I created this site to empower students in their journey towards obtaining their real estate license. Whether it's the sales license or the broker's license, my comprehensive tutoring will help you excel in your studies. Don't forget to show your support by liking, sharing, and subscribing to this site. Together, we will make your real estate dreams a reality. Let's get started. Right, so today's lesson is going to be about qualifying ratios. Qualifying ratios is extremely important, especially when you go into pre-approve a buyer. And that's not really your job, it's actually a lender's job, but it's good to know the very basics of the math, right? I included the brokers and the agents together on this slide because it is the exact same math. Couple things you need to know is what are the ratios, right? Conventional has 28 on the front end. We call this side the front end, by the way, and we call this side the back end, right? This side only has to do with the mortgage payment itself. This side has to do with the mortgage payment plus all other debt that the customer has. Now, FHA allows a little bit more wiggle room. It gives you 31% to 43 on the back end. And of course, VA has no qualifications for the front end, so everybody qualifies. However, the back end has to be no more than 41%. And of course, to get a VA, you must have your certificate of eligibility, you must have been honorably discharged, and it must be an end user property, which means you're going to live in the property. Now, these are not the real ratios, right? The real ones are much higher. Before I get into that, you're about to take a test. These are the numbers you need to know and nothing else. Now, let's go to the math problem. Let's take a look at them. So let's start here. A couple had a combined gross monthly income of $85.50, a house payment of $23.50, and other obligations, including $385 for the car payment, student loan is $225, and credit card debt is $650. What are the housing expense and total obligation ratio, and do they qualify? So here they're asking you for both. So let's do the easy one first, which is the HER, the housing expense ratio, and that one is going to be $23.50 divided by $85.50. So when we get that, we're going to get 27%. So right off the bat, this customer is qualifying for conventional and an FHA loan, because if I go back, right, there it is right there. Here's conventional cannot exceed 28, FHA cannot exceed 31. So he's doing, or she or they are doing very good as to this juncture right now. But now we're going to add all their debt, right? So we're going to get the $23.50, which is the mortgage. We're going to get the $385 for the car. We're going to get the $225 for the student loan. And then we're going to get the $650 for credit cards. When we add all that together, we're going to get a total of $36.10. And then we have to take 3610 and divide that by 8,550. And that number comes out to 42%. So this customer does qualify. However, it does not qualify for conventional. It does qualify for an FHA. And that was the question: what are their housing expense and total obligations, and do they qualify? So they do qualify, but it must be for an FHA loan. Let me show it to you clean so you can see it better. Here it is right here. Here's your first obligation. This is the HER, and this is the TOR, right? The TOR always includes all debt, and this one only includes the actual mortgage. $23.50 divided by $85.50 is 27%. And then when you add all obligations, you end up at $36.10 divided by $85.50, or 42%. They qualify, but for an FHA loan. I shouldn't say but. There's nothing wrong with getting an FHA loan. It's actually a great idea. It is the way to go. It's 3.5%. You can get up to 6% in closing costs from the seller. So there's a lot of leeway. Now, the amount that can be loaned changes per county, so it depends on the county that you're in, it changes. and it changes all the time. Right now, Miami-Dade is 750,000. That is the limit. All right, so let's take a look at another math problem. Here we have this math problem here. It says a loan application is being submitted by a married couple, where one partner earns a 67,900 and the other one earns 89,500. Their monthly expenses include a car payment of 650, credit cards of 875, and student loans of 2125. The monthly mortgage is 3250, but let's look at the question. It says, what is the housing expense ratio, and does it meet the eligibility criteria for a conventional loan? So right off the bat, I no longer need this guy, this guy, this guy. I need these two. So what do I need to do? First of all, I need to find out the total. 67,900. Once we add them both, we get 157,400. But we must divide this by 12 because it is a monthly income. And that is 13,117. By the way, it's based on gross. So the only thing left is to divide the payment. And once you divide it, you get 25%. So the answer is yes, they qualify for the front ratios of the conventional loan because we all know that is 28%. So they throw in a lot of more information that we just didn't need. It's just to confuse you and nothing else. Let me show it to you clean so you can see it better. Here it is right here. Here's the 89,500 plus 67,900 equals 157,400. When you divide that by 12, you get 13,117 on a monthly income. And then you get the housing expense is 3250. You divide that by 13,117, you get 0.2477 or 25%, because you're going to have to round this up because this is going to make it go up. But they qualify because conventional, again, is 28%. And let's look at another math problem. It says Anna has submitted an application for a conventional mortgage. This is important, right? Because conventional, we know, is 28 on the front end and 36 on the back end. Her yearly income is 61,000, and she has a monthly expense of 510, 315, and 215. What the expense are really doesn't matter. What matters is the question, what we're being asked. It says here, the question is whether Anna will meet the eligibility criteria for the total obligation ratio, right? If the expected PITI is going to be 1350. So they're going already and giving me the back end. In other words, they're looking for this guy right here. Will she meet the obligation? Well, then what I need to do is get the 510, the 350, and the 215. Plus the mortgage payment. So I'm going to get all obligations and I'm going to add them all. And that's going to give me 2,425. We're missing dividing 61,000. I'm going to divide that by 12, and that is 5,083. So we're going to divide this by 5,083. This is what she makes monthly. And once we divide, we're going to get 0.4770, or you're going to round it up to 48%. So no, she does not qualify for a conventional loan. She doesn't even qualify for an FHA loan. This person just doesn't qualify. That's way too much debt. Let me show it to you clean so you can see it better. There you are. It is 61,000 divided by 12. This is her monthly income, 5,083. So here, this is her expenses. You have 51, 10, 350, 215, and total, right, it's 1075. When you grab all of them, you're going to end up with 2425 when you factor in the mortgage payment, and then you divide by the monthly income, which is 5,083, and here's your, should have had a point here. This is 0.4770 or 48%. Thank you for watching my videos. To access additional information and resources, kindly click the link provided below in the description. I offer study guides to help you pass the state test. In addition, I wrote a book and I created a course that shows you the very basics of this business and how to get started. Both being offered at half price with a coupon code for a limited time. Good luck and may you achieve great things in your real estate career. Until next time, thank you very much.